Hey, good afternoon, guys. We're going to take a quick look at those back, 12 problems on the back of that worksheet or on that individual worksheet that I gave you. These were all either factoring the difference of two cubes, factoring the sum of two cubes, or there was a little bit of basic factoring to then get us to factoring one of those things. So let's take a look at it. What I'm going to do to try to help explain this, since I'm not there to explain it, is I'm going to show you that in-between step. Like right here, when I look at this, I go, that is negative a cubed minus 2 cubed. And that's where I'm getting those two values up above it. And then from there, I go, okay, so when that is the difference of two cubes, so that's going to start by negative a minus 2 times a squared minus 2a plus 4. Now, some of you might question, well, wait a minute, I thought it was always supposed to be minus plus plus. And that's true, except really, I guess you could say that there would even be another in-between step, and that is because this would be negative a minus 2 times a squared plus negative a times 2 plus 2 squared. And negative a times 2 would give me negative 2a. So that one had so many negatives involved that maybe you made a mistake there, but I just wanted you to see exactly how that problem should be done. All right, this next one, you can't factor it as it is. You got to take a 2x out of it, which would leave you with 125x to the third power plus 64. That is the sum of two cubes. And we say, okay, that is the same thing as 5x cubed plus 4 cubed. Okay, and so then that's going to factor down to 5x plus 4 times 25x squared, which is 5x squared, plus 20x, which is 5x times 4, plus 16, which is 4 squared. All right, next, I'll leave that one still right there. The next one, likewise, this cannot be factored as it is. This has to have a little bit of basic factoring first. Now, the last one was really simple because you could realize that these were both even numbers, so clearly a 2 came out. Now, these are not both even numbers, so I can't just take out a 2. But one of those things that you can check is quickly I'd check for, is it divisible by 2 or divisible by 3? Because this one is not an even number, it's not divisible by 2, but you can say, what's 6 plus 4 plus 8? And the answer is 18. And that number is divisible by 3, so therefore this number is divisible by 3. 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 9 is 12. That number is divisible by 3, so therefore this number is divisible by 3. That's a little trick that a lot of you probably know. Okay, so what we're going to do is we can factor a 3a out of all of this. And that's going to leave me with what? 216 plus 343a cubed. All right, at this point, that is the sum of two cubes. And so I can say, well, this is 3a times 6 cubed plus 7a cubed. And it, like I said, it is the sum, so it's going to be 6 plus 7a times 6 squared, which is 36, minus 6 times 7a, 42a, plus 7a squared, which is 49a squared. All right, number 16. This one, yay, we just get to factor it as it is. This is 2a cubed plus 5 cubed, so therefore it is 2a plus 5 times 2a squared, which is 4a squared, minus 2a times 5, 2a times 5, which is 10a, plus 5 squared, which is 25. All right, moving on. 64x to the third power plus 1. Again, this is already just the sum of two cubes. This is 4x cubed, and this is 1 cubed. So therefore, it factors down to 4x plus 1 times 16x squared minus 4x times 1, which is 4x, plus 1 squared, which is 1. That was probably an easy. That was a pretty easy one. Okay, this next one we can take an x out, which leaves me with 8x to the third power plus 1, very similar to the last problem. Keep that x out and go, this is 2x cubed, and this is 1 cubed. So then I have x times 2x plus 1. 2x squared is 4x squared. 2x times 1 is 2x, and 1 squared is 1. All right, moving on. This next one, 343. We just saw that one a second ago. That is 7 cubed. And so we have 7m cubed plus 64 we know is 4. And so 64n cubed is 4n cubed. Again, this is the sum of two cubes. So we say 7m plus 4n times 7m squared is 49m squared. 7m times 4n is 28. So I got to put, not plus, but minus 28 mn plus 4n squared is 16n squared. All right, let's see here. On the next one, this one already is in its most factored form in terms of like pulling any things that they share. So it is just the sum of two cubes. So this is m cubed, and this one right here is 2n cubed. And so that becomes m plus 2n times m squared plus 2mn plus n squared. There we go. Just a couple more to go. Okay. This one, it is already just the sum of two cubes. This is a being cubed. This is 7b cubed. And so we look and say this must be a plus 7b times a squared minus 7ab plus 49b squared. All right, this next one, this is just x cubed minus 6y cubed. So therefore, this is x minus 6y times x squared plus 6xy plus 36y squared. And lastly, these last, the second to last one is definitely a doozy. 1029 y x to the third and 24y to the fourth. They have a 3y in common. If you take that out, you're left with 343 x cubed plus 8y cubed. And those are clearly cubes. Okay, so you got 3y times 7x cubed plus 2y cubed. So we got this 3y on the outside, and this just becomes 7x plus 2y times 49x squared, not plus, but minus. 7x times 2y is 14xy, plus 2y squared is 4y squared. All right, and then the last one's really easy. This is just m cubed plus 4n cubed, and so it is m plus 4n times m squared plus 4mn plus 16n squared. Now, I probably should have at the very beginning of the video just kind of reminded us of how are we getting any of these. And it's because we said when you have the sum of two cubes, two values being cubed, it's always just factors down to a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. And if we have the difference of two cubes, we know it's a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. And I know these were a little bit confusing, but we found some ways to kind of identify some things that no matter whatever symbol they have here will always be the same symbol here. If it's a cubed plus b cubed, then the first little binomial there will be a plus b. If it's a cubed minus b cubed, then that first little binomial will be a minus b. And as I said before, we know out of all of this, there has to be one subtraction symbol. So if you didn't do it right away, it'll be the very next symbol. And if you did use it at the beginning, then the other two would get to be plus plus. And otherwise, the 5 terms are always the same. Notice it's a, b, a squared, ab, b squared. A, b, a squared, ab, b squared. It's the same layout both times. The only thing that changes is this plus and this minus. This minus and this plus. And we said that this one always matches. And this one always matches. So right now what I want to do is, maybe you did this homework 5 minutes ago, maybe you did it a while ago. I want to give you 2 problems right now that you're going to try. We're going to pause the video. And then once you guys have completed them, we will roll the video and see if you got them right. So here are the 2 problems. We will do 216 x cubed minus 27 y cubed. Okay, and then also 64 x cubed plus 125 y cubed. Definitely making these a little challenging. Okay, and in fact, I'm going to swap those so that way they go along with the formula right above them. I'll put the sum of two cubes right below the formula for the sum of two cubes, and the difference of two cubes right below the formula for the difference of two cubes. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video here for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever it takes, until everyone has these done, and then we'll go through them. All right, let's give it a go. Okay, hopefully after these and seeing these, you understand that 64x cubed is 4x being cubed, and 125y cubed is 5y being cubed. So those are the things that are inside those cubes, if you will. And so then therefore this factors down to 4x plus 5y times 16x squared, because I have to square this, plus, and then I have to multiply the two. 4 times 5 is 20xy, plus, now I have to square this one, and I get 25y squared. And that is what you should get. All right. Move this over just a little bit. Okay, now let's look at the next one. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit to give myself more room. Okay, and so hopefully you are on top of this one and you see it, no problem. There we go. So we hopefully know that this is 6x being cubed minus 3y being cubed. Okay, and so therefore the first little binomial is going to be 6x minus 3y times 6x squared is 36x squared. Okay, and then you have to multiply the two, plus 6x times 3y is 18xy, plus 3y times 3y is 9y squared. All right, what we're going to do for the rest of this day is we are going to practice both factoring and expanding. That was the kind of the opposite operation, or the inverse operation, the other thing that we had been talking about. For the last few days, we've been factoring, but before we started factoring, we were expanding, where we were multiplying two things. Things like x plus 3 times x plus 2, and we had to go, well, that's something I can FOIL. Or maybe sometime it was conjugates, like x minus 4 and x plus 4, and we remembered, oh wait, there was a little bit of a shortcut there. Okay, and so what you're going to do right now is I've got a sheet for you that's going to be a practice quiz of the quiz that we will take on Friday. And I know it's just tomorrow, but you guys are definitely ready for it. Okay, so go ahead and work through this quiz. And if you guys have any major questions, I'm sure you will be able to help each other. All right, have a great day.